So this is the tour of the plane, hey? Well, pretty cool. This is the one that hits. Do you mind to be on YouTube?
Sure, go ahead, man.
Okay.
If you want, you can come and sit up front as well.
Yeah.
You can sit in the captain's chair. You can sit right up there as well.
Yep. Wow, this is cool. The pilot's cabin, hey? Yeah, pretty cool.
And if you want, we can move a couple things to show you them.
Sure.
So if you watch this thing here when we move it, if you want to watch my wing over there,
Yeah.
when we move it to the left, you see how it comes up on the outside? So all the way to the left, it
Yeah.
goes down as well. So that's how we steer the plane sideways, left, there. Or we roll the plane, we call it, how we turn and we roll.
Yeah.
And it can also come back, so you can put your hand in it. You're going to follow with me, okay? So I'll do on this side, move that out of the way. So it can also come all the way back. That's how we pitch the nose up, and all the way down. That's how we pitch the nose forward, okay?
Yep.
I have propellers here. So you know my blades here?
Yeah.
Can you see how my blades are sideways?
Yeah.
So if I have them like this and I spin them, it's not going to make any thrust. It's not going to move my plane forward. But
Yeah.
if I push these all the way up and the plane is on, right now it won't work because the plane's not on. But if I
Yeah.
push these all the way up and the plane is on, my blades turn from this to this, and now when they spin around like this, that's when it pulls the plane forward.
Yeah.
Show you another cool thing here. Just watch your legs here. I turn the battery on, and I
Yep.
turn this switch on here. So it's going to take a little bit of time to load up, but this screen's going to come on for you and you can see what we see.
You know what would be very cool? If you can take me for a little ride.
Oh, unfortunately I can't do that. I can't start my engine for you, unfortunately. But we're going to tow it in a little bit, so you'll be able to see that.
Yeah.
You see here, so this is all the information that we see. And
Yeah.
so it's going to load itself up and then I'll show you what it looks like. We translate what we see here and what we see here, and we turn it into what we see in the real world, if that makes sense. So I can show you on here. So this right here is a super zoomed in version.
Yeah.
So we're just down here. See this little X here? That's where the plane is right now.
Yeah.
And if I zoom out like this, a little bit more there.
Yeah.
So this is the PAR. This is the runway just about 20
Yeah.
minutes away from us. And I keep zooming out, keep zooming out, keep zooming out. And then Pucktawagan, where we fly most of the time,
Yeah.
Pucktawagan is somewhere in this region here, just below the
Yeah.
lake and just below Flin Flon. So this is our map. And then what we also have, so this is our navigation. Right
Yeah.
now it's empty because nothing's in there. But if I put in, for example, I go here, I put in our location, which is Grace Lake, so CJR3, and then I add where we want to go, so CZFG, for example, which is
But-
Pucktawagan.
But where did that other plane go?
The other plane, that was going back to Winnipeg. So that's a medevac plane. They came up here from Winnipeg, and then they're going back to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
But you can see here now, I have numbers. So this tells me what direction I'm facing, which is west,
Yeah.
and what direction I need to be facing to fly my plane. And then this here is how we fly. So this is all the information contained.
Yep.
This tells me where my nose is, if I'm going up or down. It tells me if I'm turning left or right. It tells me how high I should be flying. So we might want to go to 9,000 or something like that, a little bit higher,
Yeah.
so you can get some more speed and some better fuel. And it tells me all my information. This is my mini map, so it tells me where I'm going and where I need to turn. I have
Yeah.
a roll indicator to help me if I'm in clouds, all that type of stuff. These are my engine gauges. It tells me how my engine's doing. So how hot is my engine?
Yeah.
How much power is my engine making? How fast are my blades spinning? How fast is my generator, which like my gas generator is spinning? How much fuel am I using? And how much oil pressure and oil temperature do I have?
Yep.
And so we keep an eye on those. We make sure they're all good. And as long as those go good, we're happy to continue. Do you have any questions about any of the things you see?
Anything?
Do you have any questions about anything here that you wanted to know?
Not sure.
I can show you this as well. So if you look out the left hand side, the back of my wing, so I'm going to bring it down, you can see the back of my wing move. You see it moving? So it's like disappearing way at the back there.
Disappearing.
So those are my flaps. Use those to slow myself down and help myself land because it makes my plane more stable. And so I'm going to bring them back up for you, okay? You should see them appearing in a little bit. There they are, you see?
Yep.
And then I have these here. So these are like indicators that tell me if anything's wrong. So if something was wrong, one of these would light up, you see? So if I have for example, my cabin door right now, it's on because my cabin door is open. So if this comes on in the flight, I have procedures I can do to make sure my cabin door is safe.
Yep.
And the same down here as well. So all these green and orange ones light up. So this one tells me my my tubes on the outside of my plane that give me information. It tells me they're not heated right now. So I need to put some heat on. This one for here, for example, tells me I have opened a switch to have fuel go to both sides rather than one. And then whenever I see these are very important, and they're in front of you here as well. These are very important because if I see these, it means something with the plane is giving me an indication I need to check it out. Now if it's a yellow one, I'm not too concerned, right? Because it's something that needs to be checked out, but it's not super crucial. I have lots of time. If it's a red one, I have to be more quick because maybe it's something really important that has to be checked out straight away, right?
Right.
And as soon as I see those, I'm going to press them. They're going to go out. And now I have to check what these are and what these are. And then I do my checks on my plane to make sure that everything's okay. And for the most part with our procedures, we have lots of solutions, which is nice to have.
Yep, so now what?
So I have all that fuel as well there, so you can see here. So I have, this is my fuel gauges here. So I have a couple gauges here. This is my main tank. So right now I have 300 pounds in my left and 400 pounds in my right, so 700 pounds. So I have about 1 hour of flying that I can do. If I pull this down, you're gonna see them drop. That's because in my my outboard tanks, my extra fuel, my auxiliary, is empty right now. I let go and it goes back to my main tank and it rises back up. Yeah, you can give it a turn if you want. So nice and gently, you can turn it the whole way if you want. And that'll make the wing come up, and then turn the other way, and that side will come down. There you go.
Yep, so shall we get going now?
Cool, no, that was fun. Did you have any more questions on the plane? Or did you want to see anything else with the plane? Because we have some stuff in the back as well, like some emergency exits and those kind of things.
Sure.
Okay, absolutely. So you jump out there and I'll come join you once I turn the plane up, okay?
Oh boy, this might be...
Oh, yeah, do your best. It's a little bit tight.
Yeah, a little bit tight.
You got it? That's okay, that's good. There you go.
Yeah, maybe I'll sit on the seat so it feels to go to Pugger Wagon on here.
So now these are my emergency exits here. So the emergency exit here, I would pull this down and push this out. The same on the emergency exit here, and I have an emergency exit at the back of the door that I'll show you. We also have up here, I can't show you because if I bring them down it's very tough to put them back. So up here is extra oxygen.
Yeah.
So if we ever need to give a passenger extra oxygen, it falls down and they put it on and they breathe, and it helps them if, for example, we lose some air in the cabin or anything like that. I'll show you the very back.
Oh, here's an exit right here too.
So on board,
I'm
going to switch places with you. So you just jump over here for me. Come over here. I'm just going to show you how it works. I pull this up. A little bit slippery. So I pull this all the way up. And then once it closes, I pull this down. And now my door is locked with these green indicators. So there's little green indicators in here, green indicator there, then it tells me my door's locked, okay? Now what you can do is, so I'm just going to hold it, but you can push this button and pull this all the way up.
Yep.
Okay, so you show me? You can push the button. I can hold the camera if you'd like me to.
Yep.
You're going to push the yellow button first. So push the yellow button, turn the handle up. So push the yellow button.
Cold.
It's very cold, eh? Tell you what, when you grab this, and I'll show you, okay? So push the yellow button, and then I pull this up, and now my door's unlocked. I can let it pull down nicely, because it has actuators.
Oh, if I didn't got that.
You didn't get it or you didn't get it?
No, it's okay.
I can do it again if you'd like me to.
Sure.
Perfect, I'll get up here. A little bit slippery because it's cold, but that's okay. We're used to it up here in the north, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I push my yellow button. So right now my door is locked. It's very unlikely to come undone. I have my green indicators here and at the bottom. Now I push this. I turn it to the top. Now it's unlocked. I let it go, and my actuators, my pneumatic actuators, they lower it nice and slow.
Yeah. There, shall we go now?
Yeah, absolutely, man. You
Yep.
head out there first, and I'll come and join you. And then the last thing I can show you is a big tail. So do you remember when we were doing the backwards and forwards? So how
Yeah.
like here, you know how like this goes up and down when I'm doing the sideways?
Yeah.
So when I'm doing the up and down, can you see the part at the back with the line sticking off?
Yeah.
So that goes up and down as well. So when you pull back, it goes down and deflects all my nose up. And when I push forward, it goes down
Yeah.
and deflects my nose
I
forward.
have a question.
Yeah.
When does the float planes goes around?
Where does it go, I said?
Yeah.
Where they usually?
Yeah.
So usually you see the blue building down there? That's normally where the float planes are. Right now there aren't many because they're late. If there was any, they would be using skis. But in the summer, if you come back then, there's going to be loads coming in. Loads of different types of planes. We have Beavers, we have like 182s on float sometimes. It really depends what the
Yeah. So when will the planes? So when does the float planes usually come here?
it's usually towards the end of spring and the start of summer. It really depends on the lake. As soon as the lake turns to water and everything melts, then you'll see lots of them.
Yeah. Yep. My fingers are
Bring
freezing
the cold,
again.
let's go and coffee up.
Yeah.
It's nice blunt.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna go now. That was fun.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.
Next plane tomorrow.